Welcome back to Pemberton Farm's BALLAM RD Dairy Farming, episode 8, for this special episode with me, MrSealyp, and guests. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, here on Pemberton Farms on the BALLAM RD Dairy Farming, and it's that time. Contractors assemble. We're going to be doing some silage work on the fields around the farm. I got all the mowing done, despite the fact the stream didn't go as hoped in the last episode. And the contractors will be arriving very shortly. I'm very lucky to be joined today by a few of the guys from my Discord server, moderators, admins. Shout out to Goglepop and HMG, who have been incredibly helpful and incredibly gracious but can't join us today. But we have been joined by a couple of other people who have stepped in. So what I'm going to do, I know we haven't got a drone on console, but I'm going to throw the drone up. Like that. And they should be coming down the road in a little while. I'll say in a little while. We've got 5 other people. We've got Yos of modding fame. We've got HYDRA. We've got Sulfurcanator. We've got Grizz. And we've got Jaybot today helping us out. So they're going to be turning up contracting. And what we've also done, because Goglepop mentioned it, was if you watch Pembertons Farm, there's a guy called Ash Contracting who's got a class, and he has like a big sort of railway wheels off trains on this great big metal bar. Who does some compacting. So we've got a class which I think we might get. Here they come. Contracts are arriving. So it's going to be a little bit different to what we normally do. And this is what I said right from the outset when we started this. This was the Discord servers, the guys' idea to do multiplayer on this for this very reason. We're doing silage harvesting. So we can have multiple people on here. We're on our game server. We're on Gportal. If you want to follow on the Discord, you can. And we've got 2 maps running on Discord at the moment. So this for me is something a bit different. I don't do this very often. The multiplayer thing. So this is big. Big for me, big for the channel. We're going to do a bit more multiplayer stuff moving forward in the future, I think. So we go. HYDRA and the forage harvester. We tried to get it as I've tried to get it. We have tried to get as accurate as we can to real life for Pembertons. Obviously we haven't got all of the exact machinery, but as close to as we can. So fingers crossed, we're going to have the windrower running, we're going to have the forage harvester, we've got 2 wagons that are going to be hauling, and then we're going to be compacting the clamp, and we'll see how we go. That's kind of the plan. Thank you very much for joining me, gents. So yeah, we've got Sulfurcanator and we've got Grizz joining today in place of Goglepop and HMG. So what I'll do, before I forget, we should get a thumbnail, really, shouldn't we? Yeah, look at that. Perfect. This is very cool. It's exciting. Awesome stuff. That is absolutely perfect. Right, gents. We're good to go. How's everyone feeling? Everyone ready for this? All good, excellent stuff. And last time, well, we were talking about this, and it's that thing of nobody really needs any direction, because these guys do it all the time. These guys play the game all the time. They've got a love of the game. They do this, so they know what they're going to do. They're going to crack on. I know what I've got to do. I've got to move a few vehicles around here, so they've got access to get into the clamp a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is move this. I'm going to move the feed mixer, and I'm going to move my styer. We're going to start on this field here, and then we're going to head off around. So we'll get this out of the way. Just going to pop this in the midden, as they refer to it, and I'll get mine out of the way as well. And what I'll do is every now and again I'll like I say, we'll throw the drone up so we can get some different shots. We've got a couple of the tractors today as well. We've got the with the Kubota DLC installed, we can do ride-alongs, which I've never done before either on a video. So we're going to get on with that too. Let's get that out of the way. Just want to make sure everyone's got enough room to swing around. Put that there. I have spoken about as well, we need to get the cows in because we're almost into December. So once this is all done, there's going to be straw we're going to have to go and collect because Pembertons are going to be buying some straw in. We'll have to go and collect that as well. So Falconator is up front with the windrow in, like I said, HYDRA in the forage harvester. We've got silage additive in that, so we should be getting, was it 5% bonus, isn't it, on the on everything you pick up on that. I know Tom Pemberton always talks about that when they're putting the additive in. It's not cheap. Little pots, I think, are 50 quid a pot or something, and it requires quite a few. And then we've got I've got the right way around, don't I? Yeah. Then we got Jaybot and Yoss hauling. And Grizz, have you got the? Did you draw the short straw, Grizz, or did you choose to do that?
Yeah, I got the class.
Well, you can swap over to that class as well if you want to at some point. I know in real life they use the buck rake and they use the JCB for pushing everything up, and then they come in later on with the big old class and compact it all down. Along with the Ginger Warrior, Tom Pemberton's dad, he normally gets on the clamp with one of his tractors and gets on with it as well. So yeah, we're off, we're running. Silage harvesting has started. I'm glad I got all the mowing and stuff done when I did. One full, swap it over to the next one. It's just incredibly cool to watch. It's like a machinery farming ballet. They all know what they're doing and off they go. It has been mentioned. I'm not going to say who mentioned it, but it has been mentioned. I don't really help very much. I'm just here making teas and coffees, which is a fair point. I'm the supreme farming overlord at the moment. I'm just watching and filming and just enjoying what's happening. Actually, I suppose I could go down and get the that's a bit of a war catchy. I could go down and bring up the class, couldn't I? While the guys are cracking on with this, that would make sense since I'm spare. Oh no, that's something else I need to do. Let's get the tractors in off the field. When I finished doing the mowing, I left the well, both Hurlimanns are in the field actually. These two fields opposite, the ones I said I was going to do hay, I have done hay in these. So we've got hay in these two fields here. Then field 21 right up to the north, that's grass. I don't know if we're going to get onto that. Like I said, we're going to do this field here. We're going to then move on to this field here to the east, the next one to the east, and then the big pasture, the cow pasture up the back there. And the Pembertons, well, they're not using it as a pasture, should I say. So we're using it as grass. The cows are in this first pasture. We'll see a little bit more in more detail when we get over there. I need to put this back because I left it in the middle of the field. Not particularly helpful. And that will leave us freed up for moving into this field when we get onto it. The cool thing is, having seen this done in real life, and I know I've mentioned on other videos before when I'm up in the lakes and that sort of thing. When I stayed at Graysondale Farm last summer, they were doing this, and I recorded a whole load. For some reason, I couldn't get it to upload. I don't know if it was corrupted or whatever. And they had a John Deere forage harvester up on the hillside. They were carting with 5 tractors, I think it was. I did a video way back, one of my blog videos, where I sat in the road watching all the tractors carting backwards and forwards. And what's really cool is now doing this, sort of being able to do it virtually when you've seen it done in real life with other people, with a whole group. It's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, another massive shout out to the Discord server, the guys on the Discord. So all these guys are moderators and admins on the Discord server. And I'm not going to even say it's my Discord server. It's their Discord server. It's our Discord server. The guys set it up. The guys run it. If you want to join the Discord server, there'll be a link in the description. Same as there is a link to Gportal if you want a multiplayer server, which we're playing on at the moment. Jump on there. If you've got any problems, you want any advice, any help, the guys are so friendly. They are so helpful. And like I said, we are running at the moment. There's 2 maps running on multiplayer as well. We've got a couple of other multiplayer maps through the Discord, which the guys are often on. And it's something I've said I need to do a lot more of. Get on there and do the multiplayer. It's finding the time to do it all, but doing this kind of gives you that bug to want to do more. So yeah, jump on the Discord if you're not already in there. They're always happy to help. They always seem to be happy to help. I don't know. They probably curse me in the background, but normally if I have any problems, The guys, I just put a question in there, and someone will help out. Trust me. Well, they are absolutely hooning. Are they racing? I'm not sure. I think Yoss might have lost that race. I wonder if I can get up on here. Let's see if we can get up on here and get a good view on this. I don't know if I can actually. Oh no, we might be alright. Let's get up on here. So we've got some in this clamp already. I don't think we're going to get enough of this cut. So we are technically third cut. We're in November. I know it's the first cut on the Let's Play. I've said on a couple of videos before, in real life this time of year, probably would have been done in October maybe, but this would be third cut for the year. And what they can do in real life, which we can't do in game, is they would open the clamp up, and stuff that's left in the clamp, they would then put the new grass into the clamp, compact it, cover the whole lot, so you would have multiple times of the year or even years worth of silage in the clamp. Obviously we can't do that in game. If I uncover that, I've got to take that all out before I can put new stuff in, so that's why we're using this clamp to this side. I don't think we're going to fill it. I don't think we're going to come close to filling it. We shall see what happens. I did say I was going to go and get on the tractor, didn't I? I didn't do it. I feel really bad for Grizz. I might have to take over in a little while and do some of that compacting. Mind you, that we haven't got another vehicle. What I am also going to do, when I said about the hayfields, at some point in the near future, it won't be the next episode, but I'm going to see if one of the guys is available to come over and help with a windrower, and they have a contractor that comes in. I think they've got a John Deere tractor and a John Deere baler, and we're going to bale the hay, because again in real life they have their hay bales wrapped as a sort of haylage, which again we can't do. For making total mixed ration, we're going to need the silage, we're going to need the straw. Well, I mean, you don't technically need the straw, we could just do hay and silage, but we're going to have the straw bales because they're going to need that for bedding as well at the farm, and we're going to bale those two hay fields there. That doesn't require the whole team. We've got, you know, the crew of 6, well, 5 of them. 5 of them and me at the moment. So yeah, that would just need someone with a windrow and then the baler running, and then at any point after that I can then pick up the bales on the trailer the farm's got, use the telehandler, the little Mani 3, and oh no, it's not, we haven't got a Mani 3, but we can crack on with that. So that's where we're at, that's what we're doing. I think what I'm probably going to do, something I haven't been able to do as well, like I said, we're going to do a ride along. We're going to jump in one of the tractors. I think, where's... oh, it's over there, I was going to say. I've lost the windrower. It's all the way over there. So, Fulcanator. Oh, that's the other thing I've just remembered. Just looking at the names above the vehicles. I was saying about Grizz and feeling bad for Grizz. I feel even worse for Grizz. It's Grizz's birthday today. Happy birthday, Grizz. I won't say how old he is, but
thank you.
That's, you're welcome. Happy birthday. Grizz is giving up some of his birthday to come on and help do this. That's amazing. What a legend. So yeah, I'm going to jump in with Fulcanator. I think that's one of the ones I can. I'm trying to remember now. We should be able to jump in the buddy seat, I think. There we go, we're in. So like I say, this is something we haven't really kind of done before on, well, I certainly haven't done it on the channel. It was new to FS22, it was new with the Kubota DLC, so vehicles that do allow it, you can jump in as a passenger with tractors. It's on the buddy seat. On other vehicles, I know with the Kubota DLC there were the sort of little four-wheelers, and you could have four people. And I know there's been a couple of mods. There was one, a little trailer one, wasn't it? Like you could do when you go on tractor rallies and stuff. You could have way more people in. But anyway, we're in the buddy seat, so it's a whole different view of what's going on. HYDRA and Yoss following on behind. I think one of those masses as well. I don't know if it's Yoss or Jaybot, but we might be able to jump into one of those. So what we'll do, we can follow along next to the forage harvester. Get a full load, and we'll follow that back to the clamp as well, so we're getting a real feel for the whole thing. Cows in the pasture behind, like I said, they're going to get brought in at some point, but unfortunately we're in that situation when you've got pastures and stuff in game. Unlike the real world, they can open the gates and just herd the cows into the barns. We can't do that. We're going to have to do that with trailers. That's going to take a little bit longer. So how are we doing, Sir Fulcanator? Everything good?
Yeah, they gave the most novice guy the biggest piece of equipment, so we'll just have to kind of forgive the roughness.
I think what we'll do is any bits we can't get into the corners with, I suppose we could just pick them up with the forage harvester. I think I'd probably come up with a bucket as well, couldn't I? But anyway, yeah, we'll it's not really the end of the world, it's only going to be little bits left over. But yeah, this is really cool. So did you all customise your characters to look like yourselves, or look like a particular person you wanted to look like?
I personally binge watching Yellowstone. I made my character.
Oh, right.
It was kind of based on that.
I was going to say, it's interesting in Lancashire to have a cowboy hat. So it's a strong look. Not everyone can pull it off. So what I'm going to do, I'll probably jump out in a minute. And we'll jump in with whoever it's going to be. I think it might be. Oh, it depends if the tractor's the right one. We'll jump in with one of them and we'll follow along with the forage harvester. Thank you for the lifts, Vulcanator. I will jump out and we can crack on with that. And like I said earlier on in the episode, I haven't had to say a word. Everyone's just doing the job. Off they go. The work just gets done. It's amazing. Yep, there we go. So Remy Yoss.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
There we go. I couldn't hear what people were saying when I was close to the vehicle. Right, so we're with Yoss. We'll swing back, swing around to unload into clamp, then we'll head back and then we'll take over from behind Jaybot, who's now unloading the forage harvester. If you're new to the game, normally you'd have to be doing this all on your own. Or you can hire workers to do certain bits and you kind of follow along and do stuff, but this makes such a big difference and saves so much time as well. This was a job that probably would have taken a few hours, and I reckon we'll probably get, I'm just trying to think, what are we on the second field now? 3 fields, maybe in an hour? We should have it all done. I was going to say, and I always do this, this is not going to be a short episode. I know I always try, but it never works. We're going to be probably looking on near to an hour, I reckon. If we go over that, I'm going to have to work out how to edit it shorter. I think the other thing I'm going to have to do to check and see how much we've got in the clamp, I'm going to have to swap over and go and become part of Pembertons Farm, because if I jump out now, I won't be able to tell. Now the other thing was, I wanted to try to see whether or not, oh, it has worked. Awesome. I didn't know whether, oh no, it's flipped. Oh, I did that. No, I thought it was going to work then. Yeah, if you go for the first person camera, I thought that'd be really cool. It's a fantastic view to have from inside the tractor, but it keeps flipping the camera inverted for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, that makes me feel sick. I can't stand that. No, I'm not going to do anything as embarrassing as sing happy birthday to Grizz. We won't do that. Or will we? No, we won't. Very embarrassing. Probably embarrass myself singing as well, so I won't. We'll leave that. Right. It's going to show actually running 2 tractors. I suppose at the end of the day we're a little bit, the further we get, the further afield we get from the clamp. That's when you get to a point you would need more tractors running. At the moment the 2 are keeping up. As you saw, we just came straight back with Yoss and switched over straight away. Big shout out to Yoss as well. Yoss's mods, top notch. If you haven't used any of Yoss's mods in the mod hub, go and check them out. Check out the mods, use them. Schultz modding was going to join us, but I think his time difference is way off compared to ours, I think, which was a little bit trickier. But yeah, they're all very friendly guys, very helpful. Oh, hang on, we switched over. Oh right, yeah, Jaybot's doing the windrowing now. I was having a senior moment. I won't tell you, I said I won't say how old Grizz is, but when Grizz said how old he was, wow, do I feel old. But I was looking thinking, hang on a minute, I was in the windrow, it wasn't Jaybot. So they've switched. If anyone else wants to switch at any point, just shout and yeah, we can swap around. Oh, we're full again. It's almost kind of like a live stream, really. Right. I probably shouldn't jump out of speed, but... Thank you, Joss. Cheers. Wow. Incredible. Right. I'm going to whiz down and pick up that class and bring that up, I think, and then I might jump on the clamp as well and do a little bit of that, because I feel like I'm not really doing anything. I'm just, you know, I'm just filming, and I suppose that's what I do normally, but I normally do a bit more work. I'm not trying to avoid it, honestly. Right. Okay, so I'm in the class. On the back, it's almost exactly the same as what Ashcon uses. That number plate, Ash Contracting. Look him up. It's real thing. Got a real website and does this. So he builds them himself. I think he's built 3 or 4. I can't remember what the weight of them were though. It was a ridiculous amount of weight. And they'd never really used anything like that to compact the clamps before. And he came one time to try it all out, and they were so pleased with how well it worked. I think he's done, I don't know, I'm trying to think, 3 or 4 harvests with them now, using it. So we thought, well, I didn't think, I'm not taking the credit for it, Goglepop thought, we should do this. So that's what I'm doing. We'll head up. I'd better get the beacons on, I suppose, because we are quite wide and quite heavy. When we get back up to the farm, we'll see how they're getting on. I think they're moving into the 3rd field now, judging by the radio chatter. And then I think I'm going to have to check my field as well. After this episode, it's going to be, yeah, there's a whole load of different jobs I've got to do. But I've got that silage baling contract that I took on. I'm most of the way through it. I'm at the point where I'm collecting silage bales over on field 17, which was the first field I did a baling contract on when I came here onto Pembertons. Again, I will say, I know I keep referring to it as Pembertons Farm because it's Tom Pemberton's channel and that's what I watch. It is BALLAM RD Dairy Farming. The farm itself is Burke's Farm, I think it is in real life. But anyway, yeah, so if you're looking for the map, it's BALLAM RD Dairy Farming, not Pemberton's Farm, but it's just a habit I've kind of got into. Yeah, so when I first did that contract, I've gone over there now, and I think I've got 81 round silage bales on there. So I don't know how many the contract will take, and we're trying to work out whether or not to keep hold of some or just sell them all, because I'm probably going to need the money. Oh, that's the other thing I haven't checked, which I probably should have done. Let's go into here. I haven't checked today on second-hand vehicle market. Oh, blimey, hang on. Okay, I haven't got that much money, but we have got. Oh, John Deere 6R series, small frame, 55% off for 44 grand. Might do that actually. Something about getting another tractor. There we go. I think it's the full count. You can back up. I'm not going to get in your way. Sorry, I'm so busy chatting and looking at things. Let's turn the beacons off. At least I've got it over here now. I was very conscious of the fact I thought we were going to lose the light because it's because of the time. But I mean, yeah, we are going to start losing the light soon. But hopefully, we're going to get a bit more of it done before we get to that point. Where are we at in the corner here? Have they stopped? Oh no, there's just. I know the last of it, and I'm assuming then Jaybot is in that far east field. And then I think we've got the drainage ditch that runs down the side here. What we should be able to do, I think there's gateways. If we jump the fence here, there's a drainage ditch, goes through all the beehives, that runs along here. We should be able to cut across one of the little bridgeways into that north pasture. So that's the, like I say, hopefully we'll get that field done. I think we probably will. I don't know if we'll move on, I don't know if we'll get onto field 21 at the top, which is also a grass field. But again, that's not the end of the world if we don't. If we do, that'd be great. But what I might do, and this is one of those things with multiplayer, especially if you've got multiple farms set up. It's something I've been sort of trying to get my head around since I've been doing this, because I haven't done a lot of multiplayer. I'll be honest, I haven't. That when we go into the menus, like I say, if you're new to the game as well, we've got different farms set up, and that's how I've been running it. I haven't really shown it in much detail on the videos leading up to now. A couple of people said initially in the first couple of episodes it was really confusing. So you've got my farm. I came with my money, MrSealyp for hire. I said I was going to turn up and happy to help kind of thing. You've got the Pembertons Farm and Dairy. They've got their own finances. You've got the contractors, and then there's the bank. Now the bank is there because if you're going to pay other people for doing jobs and things like that, we just need that as a backup when you're doing multiplayer. The contractors got their own bank account, their own thing. They buy their own equipment, do whatever they need to do. So with the Pembertons, but if you need access to any of that, you actually have to swap over to that farm. So what I would need to do, and I'm going to check on the clamp now, if I switch over to Pembertons, and then what I'll need to do is go to there, and under Pembertons, promote myself to farm manager, do like a promotion, and then once we go into the clamp now, oh, that's interesting, it's not saying what's in the clamp. Got nothing. Ah. New cattle shed. I wonder why that is. So the manure heap's saying what's in it, but the silage clamp isn't. And I used that one before as well, so I'm not quite sure what's happening here. Oh.
We've got about 204,000 litres at the minute.
So it's showing on yours, is it? You can see what's in there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not showing on mine, that's weird, I wonder why that is. Oh well. Okay, that's... I suppose with what they've got in that clamp next door as well, I'm just thinking if we get through the winter to make enough total mixed ration, we should be alright, I think. We've got 2 fields of hay, I don't know how much we'll get off that. I suppose I can always keep an eye out for hay baling contracts and bring more over if I do that. Maybe. Doing my usual, just thinking out loud. It's the best way of doing it. So, what did I need to do? I need to put myself back in as farm manager on my own farm. That would be helpful. Right. Done it again. Jumped in, turned the engine off. Right. Let's back up in here. Let's get the lights on. See if we can help a little bit with this. So I can't tell. I won't be able to tell where it's compacting because for some reason it's not showing. Right? There you go. I feel like a productive member of the team now, and now I'm in the way, look. Sorry, Yoz. I'll back up. I'm not productive at all, I'm in the way. You wouldn't think I've been doing this for as long as I have, would you? Very, very cool though. Very, very cool. I will say it again, I cannot thank these guys enough for doing this. They're giving up their time to do it. Heavy Metal Gaming has just popped into our chat. Thank you, HMG. We are doing alright. Hopefully no issues. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to get stuck on it. Then I'll just be like a 12-ton weight in the way of everybody. Let's get out of the way. Grizz is doing such a good job, I'm just messing it all up. Sorry Grizz, I'll get you one. Don't turn this on, do I? No, it's not got like a... It's like a compactor with a vibration function or anything like that. Right, I shall move. I'll leave that there in case Grizz wants to use it. Lower that down. Remember, stored energy. Can't have that raised. Right, let's go and see how they get on the fields. Okay. Blimey, have they moved on to the next field already? So, first field done, second field done, third field. Blimey, it's like I blinked and missed it. Oh, crikey, they're on to the third one already. Fourth one.
can tidy the corners up when we finish.
Astounding. Absolutely astounding. HYDRA has a reputation for being a bit of a workhorse, and I'll be honest with you, blimey. Well, they all are, let's be honest. I've done very, very little. They've just cracked on. This is amazing. I wasn't sure we would get onto this and get this one done, but this is brilliant. This is the bigger of the four. If we jump on to here, I'll show you where we are. My usual, show you on the map. So, the farm and the clamps are just here. We did that field first. This was kind of partitioned actually into a couple here. So we did that one up to there. We did this one. We've done this one. I'm trying to think what they own. Yeah. And now we're on this big field here, which is actually much larger. I think it's probably, the three we've just done, it's probably the size of those combined. And as I said, field 21 is grass at the top. 1 and 2 have got the hay in. 21 is right up there, but that's not it's not a major issue if we don't get onto that. Honestly, I'm absolutely amazed how fast we're cracking through this. Wow. And this is the point I was saying. Maybe I should go and get another tractor. Should I go and get a tractor and trailer? Because we're so far away from the clamp now, that's what I was saying. With the distance to travel, the one thing you don't want to have, especially when you're paying contractors, by the way, I'm not paying you, alright, so... is you don't want the forage harvester, you don't want your harvester sat idle. You want that running the entire time. It's why most farms, when they're doing it, will run 3, 4, 5 rigs, tractor trailer, so that as one drops off, there's another one ready to go. So I suppose what I should really do is, I'm trying to think actually, we've only got a fairly small trailer on the farm, haven't we? Here on Pembertons, I've got a little one, but that might help a little bit if I grab a tractor and do that. It might just take up the slack a little bit because of the cart in between. And again, I can feel useful, you know. It's all about me. Cows all seem very happy. Right. Yeah, we've got this smaller trailer here, but that might just be enough that while that's being filled up, it gives the other two on carting enough time to get back. So I'll grab that. Let's grab the Hurlimann again. Where did I leave that? I left it somewhere. Oh, there it is. I could probably get away with the smaller Hurlimann in all honesty, but I like the sound of this one. Though it's weird actually, that smaller Hurlimann, I've used it, again, these aren't accurate exactly to what they've got on the farm. They had a Hurlimann like this as a trial sort of tractor for a little while. This one's a slightly larger horsepower than the one they had. I think I need to unfold this before I put it down. But for some reason that small Hurlimann sounds like it's electric, doesn't it? It's got a really weird whine to it. It doesn't sound quite right. Let's go and grab that trailer. Let's get the lights on. Hook up. Making sure to save my recording as often as possible, just in case anything goes wrong, because you never know. Right. FS Landscaping, who made this map, is in our Discord, I think. Not at the moment, but is in the Discord. And was chatting the other day saying about the update that's coming. I think I've mentioned it in a couple of episodes now, but I think one of the things he was looking at was gate collisions and what did I was just saying? And gate collisions as I crashed straight into a gate. Absolutely brilliant. You couldn't make it up, could you? Yeah, he's been working on these gate collisions. I've just hit. There we go. Because I think some of them are, yeah, they're in a little bit too far. So let's head into this field.
That third field didn't like pair the forage house.
No, I know it's that one seemed really narrow. The one that I just went in as well. So I've got to be careful here. I can get through here, all right. If I stick right in the middle, we're good. Thank you very much, the Falconator. Jaybot's doing a cracking job. Look, awesome. One of the Discord OGs is Jaybot.
Yeah, Jaybot is managing that windrower a little better than I was.
Yeah, but to be fair, you do have the tight fields. You do have the smaller fields. It's got a much more open area to do, hasn't it? I'm not taking anything away from what it's doing. It's doing a cracking job.
Thank you. At least someone's on my side.
So we are right up behind now. When Yoss is full, we will move into position, and I can feel like a real boy doing something proper. If you're enjoying this content, if you're enjoying what we're doing, if you're enjoying the multiplayer aspect of this, like I say, I haven't really done before on my channel, smash that like button and also leave a comment so we know you're liking it, and it's good moving forward to know we can do more of it. This has got a really small capacity, so like I say, I'm just hoping it's enough that until the next one comes back, when the Falconator comes back, we should be okay. So, alongside HYDRA, if I can get alongside and close enough, you'll be able to see his cowboy hat that he was talking about. He's a skilled operator of that machine, quite clearly, because I nearly crashed into him and he avoided me. Just looking to see, actually, we might even be full. I probably should have got a larger trailer, really, but... I'm just looking off into the distance, looking over towards the clamp to see whether or not, mind you, we've got a bit of a turn to do now, so we might be alright. We're at 68% full, so avoid the fence like the plague.
Yeah, come around behind me if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll swing around that side. There we go. Have we got anyone heading back yet? We haven't, have we? There's obviously a blockage at the clamp. It wasn't me in the way this time. Just for the record, it's not me. 98, 99, we are done. Oh, so even me being on here hasn't made a difference. We've still got a bit of a... We've got a lag. Oh, we've got one coming now. Right.
I'll get your flask out.
I'm going to have to... I think I'm going to have to get a larger trailer.
The Grizz on the gates.
Is this gate open? It is. Let's go through this one.
Yoss got his tractor stuck at the clamp. So
Oh.
throw him under the bus.
There you go.
53% additive left.
Okay, that is doing incredibly well, isn't it? 53% left. We've only got the rest of that field to do. That's awesome. There we go. There goes Yoss. It's our turn with our 15,000 litres, but let's see if I can make an absolute hash of this. Did you want to swap over, Grizz, and do some hauling or anything? Are you alright doing that?
I'm fine doing this.
It's a birthday treat. Excellent. Right, I'll head back out. So we should be a little bit more. I think we've got one waiting behind, and I'll drop in. So providing we don't have anything stuck, this should work a little bit more efficiently. Hopefully this time. Rest of that field to do. I'm trying to think time-wise. How are we doing? How long have we been going for?
When we get to the end, Falconator, you turn first.
Look at this. This is a sight.
Yeah, if MrSealyp goes after that first big trailer, it'll give the two bigger trailers a nice break between each other.
All good.
Yeah, you tell.
I don't want to tempt fate, but everything seems to be going really well so far.
Famous last words with
Yeah.
me driving to the clamp.
I just realised I completely stopped talking. I'm so focused on what I'm doing, just watching what's happening. Grinning away. It honestly doesn't matter how many times you do this. It's very, very cool.
I love grass. My favourite.
It's like I've said on a lot of my videos before, there's so many jobs in game that I think people find annoying and frustrating, or they just find it a laborious pain to have to do. Those are the jobs I love. I can spend hours going up and down the field doing something that, you know, stacking bales, loading
Yes,
bales,
yes,
something like this. It's brilliant. Right, so I've got to remember when I get to the end of the row, I need to turn in front of. So I think he's going to be full in just a moment. And we won't be full before we get to the end of the row, so we need to turn. All these things I don't normally have to think about. There we go, we're on. So the other thing I was thinking about doing, we were saying a little while ago at the start of the video about doing more of this multiplayer stuff. The other thing as well is more streaming. I said about that when I did the stream, although that didn't end as well as I hoped it was going to, because I had a problem then as well. That was more down to the way I was streaming rather than the stream itself. It's because I was streaming broadcasting directly from PS5 rather than using a capture card. So I want to do more streaming like that, even if it is just broadcasting. So that's something I'll be looking at doing. Let's come over a bit further. Sorry, I didn't go right around then, did I?
The pipe.
There we go, it's swinging around now. Cool. I'm going to be full in a moment anyway. There we go, I'm done. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I will probably see you in a little bit when we've got the rest of this field cleared. We'll see how much we've got in the clamp. I'm just going to spend the next 5-10 minutes just thoroughly enjoying doing this. See what I will do. I'm going to, before I do that, I'm going to try and do this next unload in cab. Why am I doing this in cab? Yeah, it's going to go well. Watch me, it's a fence post on the way through. Nope, we're alright. Yoss waiting for me there, it was very kind of him. Right, so I've said this before, when it goes well, you feel incredibly professional, incredibly good with yourself. When it doesn't, those are the bits you edit out. So well, this might not make the cut. Might not make the cut. Right, let's see. I know people always saying to me, you need to be more realistic, do more in cab. There we go, straight into the pillar. Brilliant. I have to say, there's a lot more in this clamp than I thought there was going to be at the start. Right, let's unload. Then I'll get out of the way and let Grizz do his thing. We're done. That went really well. Right, I'm just going to move out of the way a second. Let's just check on Grizz. What time is it now? 1:27. a buck raking professional. So, like I said, I'll see you in a bit. We'll have most of that field done. I'll just get a better angle in through that gate, so I'll wait. I think we've both waited, have we? I can't see him now because he's in my mirror. Go on to full connect, come through this, alright, I'll wait. You've got the full load. So I said I'd rejoin you all when we were nearly done. We're not far off being done. There's a few little bits here and there we're going to clear up. But we're not far done off that field. Jaybot has whizzed over with the windrower and started windrowing the hay fields. Very kindly jumped on there. So when we come to do the baling section, we do the hay baling, which won't be in this episode, but when we get around to doing that, some of that will be windrowed. Not all of it will be done in this episode, but while we're just finishing off this field, he's jumped over because he's finished windrowing all over here. That's all done. That was very close. I believe in the racing community that's known as a tank slapper. I honestly thought he was going to jackknife it then, but he didn't. Kept hold of it. Quality driving.
I was just keeping you on your toes, adding to the drama.
So this is it. Last little bit on this field. Grizz has been doing a fantastic job compacting the silo. Last time I checked, he was on about 81% compacted. Probably a little bit more now. Did I recall the last bit when we were talking about the amount in the silo? We were at 200 and something thousand. We're over 400,000, possibly even 500,000 now. But we'll get that update from Grizz and we'll get over there. Just thinking, will Yoss have enough room? Maybe not. I better get around there behind just in case. He's got a bit of room left in the trailer. I think he might have double rowed this, and seem to be very big windrows, isn't there?
Yeah, there was a couple of top ends.
Do you want to go around and I follow, or do you want me to go around? Cool.
Yeah, I'll go.
There we go.
Last 3% back.
Don't think I'm going to get to end this before I'm full. We have a man down. We have a man down. We are one short on carting. He should be back with us momentarily. I'm nearly full. That's me done. Oh, we've got that just that little bit left to do. So close.
There's probably a few little bits in the corners. I do up on the way back.
Cool. Look at that. Jaybot's doing a brilliant job. Oh, no, couldn't quite stop in time. Obviously just hit a slippy bit of grass. Let's go with that for the time being, rather than just admit I was going too fast. So we are just, well, we've got bits of grass all over the place here. What's going on here? Oh, farm dogs charging around. That's not a good sign. Oh no, he's going to start with squeaky ball. That's just what I need. Just wondered. Here comes the Falconator. He's back. We're okay, everybody. I know everyone was panicking. If you're in the chat wondering, he's alright. If he's okay. Oh, no. Wobble on. Wobble on. That's weird. Why did that just come up? Come with a little weird warning then about an object slot limit. What's that all about?
I think Grizz is down as well.
Just jump back in.
Right, how are we looking? Have you got a cart over there with you, Hydra?
Yeah.
Oh, go okay.
Yes.
Right, I'll park this up then because that's done. Grizz was. I did wonder why the JCB had stopped running. Right, let's jump in the JCB or the other one.
Right. We'll have a look for any bits we've missed. I think that's true.
Don't want to get in the way. When he comes back, I don't want to pin his way. Let's get that little bit of grass. So a few little bits of grass here. I'm just going to tidy up. And it should be with us. And then, like I say, we'll get that. I for some reason, like I say, I still haven't got the thing come up to show me what's in the clamp or how compacted it is. So I'm going to need Grizz or one of the other guys when we get to that point to make sure it's done. We'll get that covered and we'll be done. Oh, there's not as much there on the floor as I thought it was going to be. Just a little bit of a mop up. Ooh. It looks to me like somebody's clouted the equipment that was here, look. I'm sure that's not where I left that. That's alright, right, let's grab this. I might as well do a little bit while we're waiting. And they're on the last little bit now. I know HYDRA in the forage wagon, forage harvester, sorry, said he was probably going to mop up a few bits in the corners on the way back. Cool. There's certain elements to the multiplayer thing as well as recording I hadn't really thought about really for when you're resyncing and stuff like that. It's a lot more you have to kind of keep your eye on the ball. I have to say I'm not sure this tractor has got enough oomph for this, but probably should have that at the back really, shouldn't I? How are we looking? They collecting the last of the grass now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
Mopping up a little bit. We're sitting at 575,476.
That's alright, isn't it? How are we looking compaction?
83%.
Okay. Wow, you can really hear the engine. It's a weird thing as well. I was going to say a little while ago, but you think when they changed all the sounds and stuff for FS22, and it's another one of those things I always say to people, when you're playing the game, just take the time to stop every now and again and appreciate what you're doing, appreciate the sounds, appreciate what everything's doing. Because the engine sounds that we never really used to get on 17 and 19, when we get into 22, that sound when an engine's labouring, when it's going uphill, when it's got a heavy load on, we play the game so much you kind of forget that it's doing it. That is really struggling.
I think if you don't play with headphones on,
Yeah, I suppose that's the thing. Because of the way I'm doing it for this episode, I've got my headphones on so I can hear you guys while we're chatting. It's not something I suppose you really notice as often. But it does sound amazing. So, I'll get out of Grizz's way because he's better at this than I am. And you can also see how compacted and stuff it is, which I can't. Let's get out of the way.
%89 compacted.
89, cool. I think they're just getting the last.
72,000 litres.
Oh, that's all right. Actually, that's a lot more than I thought we could get. Yeah, so they're now going around collecting the last bits. So I jumped back to show you this bit and what we were doing, and that Jaybot was windrow. I've lost Jaybot. Where is he? Oh, it's right over the far end of the field. So what I'll do, I'll see you again in a moment. When that's all done, when we've got the last little odds and ends done and we're at 100%, we'll get that covered. And that'll be it. We've done what we set out to do. We assembled the correct contractors. I've done a brilliant job, I have to say. I can't thank them enough. Absolutely awesome. Like I say, if you have enjoyed this, if you have enjoyed watching it and seeing the multiplayer side of things and stuff, don't forget to hit that like. And if you're not subscribed yet, I keep saying this every now and again. I suppose because it feels a little bit more like a stream today. I don't know why, but it feels more like a stream. I'm doing that YouTubery thing. There's like 60% of people that watch my videos regularly aren't subscribed. Why? Subscribe. If you're watching my videos regularly, just subscribe. Yeah, you'll get hit the notification thing, and every now and again go into your notification settings, turn it off, then turn it back on again, because for some reason YouTube do this thing where every now and again it seems to reset everything and people don't get notifications of videos. So do that every now and again. Just turn it off, turn it back on again, and you'll get notifications of videos when I post them. So I'll see you in a moment. We'll get that compacted to 100%. We'll get it covered, and we'll work out how we're going to pay the contractors. I'm not quite sure. That's down to Pembertons, really. I don't know what their fees are. I dread to ask, actually.
Well, I got that the big field done.
That's awesome. Thank you for doing that. That saved us a whole load of time. That's brilliant. Right, so we have in the clamp. Grizz is our clamp expert. How much we got in here, Grizz?
577,000 litres.
And we're compacted, are we?
100%.
Don't know if I can. There we go. We are blanketed. We are done. I could not have done this today without the help of these guys. They are the contracting crew of dreams. I feel bad saying that. I feel that bad for Goglepop and HMG. But these guys have done an absolutely brilliant job today. I've had an absolute laugh doing it. It's been brilliant. So thank you very much, all of you, for taking part and joining in. And you're all famous now. You're on a video. We're hopefully going to do more, like I say, more of this sort of thing, more of this content. We're hopefully going to do a bit more streaming as well, a little bit more multiplayer here and there. But I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
I've got one person remembered. That's brilliant. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.